Greetings, gentlemen. It is I, Victor von Frankenstein, the Grateful MGTOW. Back with more content as promised. Welcome. Let's get started. So last night, after doing some careful contemplation, some deeper thought on just some of the ripples happening out in the real world, the universal synchronicities, I came to an analogy that I would like to express to you gentlemen now, and possibly a term I would like to call societal fission. Now, anybody that is familiar with nuclear reactions, there are two types. You have fusion and you have fission. Fusion is obviously two hydrogen atoms that bond together to create a helium atom. This is a natural occurring thing. We see it in all of our stars and our closest star, the sun. Fission, on the other hand, is when an atom is split. Through that process, two new atoms are created and a few neutrons are released along with a lot of energy. Now those two free-floating neutrons, they shoot off at such a great speed that they cause other atoms around them to also split. And along with this, a great amount of energy is created. The problem with it is the chain reaction is at such an exponential rate. Great scientists in the past said that it would either create unlimited energy or a massive explosion. And as I look at things out in the real world, and we can see people factioning off based on race, based on gender, based on generational gaps. This factioning is something that most people would call tribalism. However, I would like to call it and coin the term societal fission. Throughout mankind's history, for the duration of the time that we've been around, and for the most part, we have fused together, fused societies, fused cultures. We built mankind out of the Stone Age, out of the Dark Ages, into what it is now. Unfortunately, everything must run its course. And the decay and degradation of what we created is now seeing the societal fission. Now, anybody else out there that understands the difference between fusion and fission, fusion is something that happens naturally. However, fission is something that must be acted on by an outside force. It is an unnatural occurrence in nature. And it's not too difficult as MGTOWs, as red pillars, for us to understand analyze and to see the simple analogy and understand what those outside and unnatural forces are that are causing societal fission. The number one thing that is causing the decay and degradation of society as we know it is feminism. The empowerment of women will only cause the further downward spiral of society. The downward spiral of societal fission. And as people faction off and split apart and create these vast amount of energy, it causes these chain reactions. It causes other people to become those free-floating neutrons that collide with other atoms, splitting them apart and creating the exponential chain reaction that we are seeing in society now. And if anybody understands that a fission reaction, when controlled, like the type in a nuclear reactor, power generator, under controlled circumstance, yes, it can definitely generate power and energy for our consumption. However, the byproducts of that are radioactive, toxic byproducts. And the only other reaction that we understand through nuclear fission is the nuclear bomb. So as we continue on down this unknown pathway into an unknown future, this is almost a part of the laws of inevitability. And I feel as though mankind has run its race. To understand the red pill, you have to have a little bit of that black pill in there too. And that black pill, good majority of the time, is based in some real premise. Although a bit nihilistic, reality itself is a bit nihilistic. It's unfortunate to see society the way it is nowadays. I really wish that things would change. I wish things would change for the better. I wish things would change and go back to some of the ways that I remember. Unfortunately, that will never happen. Things never move in reverse. They only move forward. And once that chain reaction was created, there's no stopping it. Thankfully, we have things like MGTOW, where men can get together, discuss their concerns, express their thoughts without censorship, and come to the final conclusion that it is best to just walk away. Hope this message finds you gentlemen well. Talk to you again real soon.